Aloha, Helena Das here. I wanted to share something with you that I feel is really important around, my soul sisters who maybe like me are the good girls, the people pleasers, the caretakers, the ones who are always looking out for and taking care of everyone else and, putting themselves last on the list. The ones who have such huge hearts and really are, gifted, intuitive, heart-centered women. I want to chat with you right now. I want to have a heart-to-heart, and I want to really invite you to just slow down for a moment and be with me just for a few moments. I promise this is going to be worth your while. So before I give you this really important message that I'm being guided to share with you around getting in touch with your inner diva bitch, my beautiful sister, I want to just take a quick moment and just say a thank you for showing up. It is not an accident, and I truly believe that you were brought to this video at this time for a reason. And I just want to say deep bow, namaste, I honor you, and I love you, sister. So the message that I am being guided to share with you has to do with, it's actually a coaching session that I had with actually a pretty well-known coach who worked with Tony Robbins, and I had the opportunity to work with a few years back. And to try to make a long story short, I had gotten super triggered. I was doing some enrollment calls for this company. It's a well-known spiritual leader company, and I was doing some part-time enrollment coaching work, and I had gotten super triggered by this woman who I was obviously, trying to sell a coaching package to, and she hung up on me. And I want to say that at the time, I mean, I still am, but I've come a long way. At the time, my approach, my persona is very much, again, polite, good girl, all of that, right? And so I couldn't believe that in my just asking if I could share another option with her from the group program that she said she wasn't interested in, she literally hung up on me and said, like, we're done here. And I was so triggered because I felt like I hadn't done anything wrong, and I wasn't, being impolite or pushy or any of those things, right? And so I brought this to my coach, and he said to me, my dear, you need to get in touch with your inner diva bitch. And it was such a light bulb moment because, and of course we chatted a little bit and unpacked it some, but I came to realize that there was a part of me, that trigger, the treasure in the trigger, that trigger was because I wasn't owning my own power, because I wouldn't, in her shoes, have known how to do that, right? And I really had been pushing my own power away on some level because of my own past traumas, because I associated power as a negative thing, right? Because I experienced whatever, traumas that I did as a child, and power was a negative thing to me. And so because I associated it in a negative way, I actually disowned my own power. And so there is a place for our power. There is a place for healthy, balanced power, fire, boundaries, that fierce mama bear, right? And, for years, I really was not in touch with it, right? And that was like a few years back when I had that conversation. That was the first, like the opening of that door, right, so to speak, or the igniting of that sacred flame. I mean, certainly with my animals, I've always been a fierce mama bear. That's one place, that was always there. However, in other areas of life, I really, I was not connected to my inner diva bitch. I wasn't connected to my power. As a matter of fact, going back even further, maybe 5-6 years back, I can remember getting super triggered just by the word bitch. I couldn't say it. I didn't feel comfortable with it. And, like now, for me, it is, I'm really neutral about it. I actually have a positive, fun energy around it. And I do feel like I am connected with my inner diva bitch. And while I'm still learning how to play with her and cultivate her and all of that, she's needed. There's times she's needed for me to actually pursue my dreams and desires and, have the strength and the courage to do certain things that without her, I wouldn't. So I just want to say, if you're listening to this, sister, and you're resonating and you're still here, maybe you have an inner diva bitch inside too that you might want to connect with. And there's different ways we can do that, and I don't have time to go into that here, but it's just something to think about. And of course, if you would like help with this, please reach out and we can chat about how I could potentially help you, depending on where I'm at and where you're at and all of that. But I just felt it was important to really share this message, sister, and let you know that if you are, and I've had clients in the past literally tell me, I can remember this one client in particular, tell me that she didn't like power. She just literally did not feel comfortable with power. And that was at a time, that I hadn't even, connected with my inner bitch yet, my inner diva bitch, right? And so, I just want to say that power is not an evil thing. If it's abused, if it's overused, if it's not used properly, it can be. And there is a time and a place for balancing everything, right? It's kind of like that masculine and that feminine, and bringing them together for embodied feminine leadership, which is something I'm so passionate about, really activating in other women who, like me, have maybe given their power away in some area of their life in some form or other, and are ready to take that to the next level, right? Because we're always on the journey. So I am just going to leave this message with, depending on, the timing of when you're seeing this, if you are still in the window of the week of October 16th, 17th, the Aries full moon, I am holding a warrior woman workshop. First time ever. I'm so excited and fired up about it, needless to say. And if you're resonating with this message, I hope you will at least go check it out, because we're going to do a deep dive in that in a small, intimate group setting and harness the fiery lunar vibes to do this work. So, otherwise, I think that's it. Ciao for now. I love you. And if you're still here, go say hi to your inner diva bitch. Maybe journal with her or something. Okay? I love you. Namaste.